welcome to Icing Inspiration live stream. I'm Hanya, I'm founder of hanyalas.com, and today, in today's live lesson, we're going to make cupcake sugar skull cookies. Before we get started, I wanted to jump into the comment section. I love seeing you guys. Let's see who is here today. Hi, Sherry. Let me know where you are, guys, watching from. Is this your first time joining the live stream? I would love to hear from you. Who is here? Monica. Hello, hello. Hi, Kathy. Hello, good afternoon. Sally. Hi, Sally. What are you having for lunch? I'm curious. I had today, what did I have for lunch? I'm just thinking. I had avocado salad or something like that. Hi, Karen. Hello, hello. Hi, June. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for being here. It's so nice to see you. Hello, Jan. How is it going in Alabama? Let me know in the comments. Hello. Hey, Angie. How is the knee going? If I remember correctly, you had knee surgery, so I hope you are recovering quickly, and I hope you're not in too much pain. I think somebody else had knee surgery, but I can't remember who that was. Hello, 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 everyone. It's overcast and hot, Alabama. Okay, so I guess it's better to stay inside in air conditioning. Hello, Germany. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, so Angie, it's getting better. Oh, that's fantastic. Great news. All right, guys, so today we are going to tackle sugar skulls using a different cutter. I know everybody uses skull cutter, but in case you don't have this cutter, you can also try using cupcake cutter, which I think everybody has. And before we get started, hello, Eileen, to Pennsylvania. Before we get started, if you are new to live stream, I just want to let you know that there is a PDF, which is a PDF that includes all the things live stream from today's lesson. And this is a free PDF. You can get it in my shop. Let me just grab the link, free live stream recap. And that's it's called coffee.com, but it's not spelled like coffee. You'll see. So in the live stream PDF, you can get the link to the template, tools that I'm using, and also other bits that I will be talking about during the live stream. Hello, we are very, very international. Oh my goodness, Ben Salem, are you kidding? I live very, very close to Ben Salem. Hello. How did you do with the hurricane? I'm wondering. Oh, is this Eileen that No, it's Ben Salem. Okay, never mind. All right, so that was about the weekly live stream. I also have great news for the patrons. If you are a member of my paid group on Patreon, I have really exciting tutorials coming in October, beginning of October. Let me just share those with you. So these are just some sneak peeks. I hope you will enjoy these. I can grab the link. Here we go. So I have 3 different tiers. All tiers have different tutorials. And the last tier, that's the 3D tier, has all the tutorials from the previous tiers. You can learn more about that in the Patreon group itself. And if you don't want to sign up on Patreon, I also released my first Patreon tutorial, also available in my coffee shop, and that's this gorgeous 3D pink Halloween house. There's so much detail in this house that I can't even cover everything, but I think my favorite thing are the ghosts, and they're really fun to make. So I hope you guys can check it out. For one-time fee, you can get this tutorial. It's a pre-recorded tutorial. It includes all the templates and recipes and all the things that you need to successfully complete this project. And it is also available in my coffee shop. Otherwise, if you are a patron, you will get this tutorial in the beginning of October. Okay. All right, so before we begin, I wanted to also show you a few things that I will be using today. So let me bring up this screen here. So I created a template for you see the cupcake shape? So the template I created, it's for this particular cupcake shape, but I think you could use it with other shapes. This shape, I think it's either R&M International Cookie Cutters or Foos Cookie Cutters. I do have a link in a PDF, and that is what I use to airbrush. Okay, so this is kind of like a simplified way of making sugar skull cookies. Okay, so now I think we can get started. So let me bring up this screen here and we can decorate. So first I'm going to decorate with 15-second consistency royal icing, making my white canvas. And I'm just going to ice this cookie and outline and flood everything. And then you don't have, it's not necessary to let it completely dry unless you're planning on putting a lot of pressure on your icing. So I will actually share with you an alternative if you don't have an airbrush, because I will be using an airbrush for this project, but there is a way of decorating this without an airbrush too. So for that, you will need icing to be dry. So once you ice the cookies, like I said, you need to let it dry. Let's see, I see them comments. Hello, Amsterdam. Hello, thank you, Michelle. Hi, Elizabeth. Yay, I'm so glad you could be here. So now you can just place your cookies on a flat tray and let them be air dry them. If you have a dehydrator, you can also utilize that. You see here, I'm using magnets to keep my stencil or template from kind of moving and shifting. And I'm also going to use, you can use any color you want, but I decided to use this lovely blue color. And I'm going to airbrush. I want to avoid airbrushing the sides, obviously, so I'm going to aim for those cutouts. And to keep the overspray or underspray to minimum, I'm using my scribe here, very gently pressing onto the surface of the icing. If your icing is not fully dry, you have to be careful so you don't poke a hole in there. But in this case, my icing is fully dry, so I'm not really worried about making any dents or anything like that. And again, just like always, make sure that you don't do a heavy coat. You want to do several light coats. It's better to do light coats than several light coats than one heavy coat. And this way, you're basically transferring the outlines for your design on your cookie, and then you can start decorating with icing immediately after that. All right, so this is what it looks like. Here is another take. I decided to do some green. So to get this nice green, I used lemon airbrush color, and I added a little bit of leaf green to get this nice, bright, vibrant green, which I think is great for Halloween. Let me know, what are your favorite Halloween colors to use? Hola! Let me know in the comment section. What are your favorite Halloween? Oh, I know what that means, Sally. I know absolutely what that means, and I can't wait for your pictures. So you can really do any color you want, you know, so play with it and let me know how you like it. So let me remove this screen, and I'm going to bring up my my camera here so we can talk about the consistency that I will be using next. Okay, so I see people are reacting. Karen likes neon green, orange, and purple. So this should be up your alley. This is kind of like a neon green I used on that background on the last one. And June likes purple and lime green. What's the difference between, is the lime green and neon green kind of close? Are they cousins? It's kind of similar, right? I love all of those color combinations. So now let's talk about the next step, and let me bring up this cookie here. So this has been iced, and I'm going to talk about the consistency that I used for the design that you see piped here. Okay, you want to use consistency that is thick enough so it's not going to spread too much, but it shouldn't be too thick, because if you are making, I don't know, 20 of these, you're going to hurt your wrist. Okay, so you want to make sure that the icing is fluid, just the right amount, so it's not too hard to pipe. Okay, let's just answer some of these questions. Which brand airbrush and number of it? I put the airbrush I use, it actually had a 10-year, my airbrush had a 10-year anniversary earlier in April. It's a very, I call it industrial. It's not industrial, but it's very heavy duty. The airbrush I have, you can't really put it in a backpack because it would fall over. And so in the PDF, in my coffee shop, I've included more compact airbrush that will be really good for these projects. And it also comes with all airbrush food colors. So you really get a nice package there. And it's, let me just bring this up. So you see here on the screen under the tools, it says airbrush with food colors. So if you get the PDF and you click on that, it will take you to the link to Amazon. I do get a small commission from the purchases. Highly appreciate if you do make the purchases through the links. And I only recommend products that I really like. Okay, so let's see. Linda, yes, I think it was you you were mentioning sugar skulls, right? So I'm so glad that I could make these. Yeah, okay, so close enough for me. They are cousins, yes, color cousins. Pink and blue. Oh, that's a really nice combination. Pink and blue. Hello, Judy. Hi. So glad you could be here. All right, so let's bring my icing into the view. So I got my bowl here, and my icing is where. So June, you're going to appreciate this one because I colored some teal here, and so I already thinned it down with some water, but I wanted to show you the consistency that I will be working with. So it's not, you can see it's not fluid. It has a peak that falls down. I could actually add a drop of water here, just a little bit, because I don't want this to be super thick. I want this to flow nicely so it's easy to pipe, and you can get a lot of these cookies made in no time. So you get the idea. What I always do, I use my my spatula, and this is how you can test the consistency. You can, well, now it's going to hold its peak, of course, but it should, let me just do this so you get the idea. What item is this? I'm not sure what you mean, Samina. What item is? Could you be more specific, please? Thank you. So you see how it's falling down immediately. Like if I shake it, if I give it a good shake, it will become blended with the rest of it. So I mean, if I had to guess the count, 30 seconds, that would be my guess. When it comes to piping bags, I often get asked the piping bags that I like. I rarely use these because I'm saving them. Now that I'm in Spain, I don't really have access to these bags, so I save them for special projects. But these are so far my favorite bags that I've tried. You can see the brand Borderlands Bakery. Now I think Lisa, that Lisa is the owner, she updated the bags. I think there are also labels for the consistencies on the bags, which is really useful. So you might want to check out her website. Oh, what I'm mixing. So I'm mixing royal icing, Samina. Okay, let me back up. So this is royal icing. And this is also royal icing. You can see the white icing is super stiff. To make it more fluid so you can use it on your cookies for different projects, you need to add a little bit of water. So I've added a little bit of water. You can use, to add water, you can use your spray bottle, or I don't have this on hand, but you can also use a dropper. Sometimes people use decorating bottles, whatever you find that works for you. One thing, make sure that you don't add a lot of water all at once. It's better to add less and then add more. Once you add too much water, it's very hard to rectify the consistency if you don't have additional icing that is stiff ready on hand. Okay. All right, so now we can add this to the piping bag. And I love these bags because they are very sturdy. They don't have a flat on the seam. Really nice to work with. But I mean, I have also other bags that I really like using, but like if you have an option to get these, I highly recommend these. I also like the ones that I buy on Amazon. All right, and to cut the piping bag, this is the seam. You see the line here? And so what I like to do, I like to cut the bag obviously straight across. There are sometimes we will cut, or I will cut the bag on an angle or on different way, but that's usually when I'm making a leaf or something like that. When you're doing the straight, like decorating like this with line work, you usually cut it. Usually, you most of the time you cut it straight across, and you don't want to cut it here. If you are a newbie, you definitely don't want to cut it here. You want to cut a small opening straight across like this. Okay, if I had to, I don't have a piping tip here, but if you are very new to this and you don't know how much to cut off, you can take a piping tip, let's say piping tip 1.5 or piping tip number 1 or 2. You can place it on your piping bag and see how much of the bag is speaking out through the hole through the piping tip. Why is it so important to have the seam up? That's a wonderful question. I just find that well, I just find the icing is coming out better because, for example, for the detail work that we are going to do, I find that when using tipless bags and my bag is faced this way with the seam coming, seam on the top, the icing is not coming as nicely out of the piping bag. So if I turn it this way, it's coming much nicer. If I cut it like this, I don't know if you can see. Can you see? It's not completely straight this way. So when yeah, that's just how I do it. I can't really give you any other explanation. That's just how I came to like it, and that's how I do it. Okay, so I also talked about a different way of how you guys can decorate these cookies without an airbrush. So I'm just going to quickly demonstrate, and then we'll go right into the airbrush one. So if you don't have an airbrush, you could also use small spray bottles. Not spray bottles, spray. It's like a spray mist with a color or something like that. With that, though, there's a lot of overspray, so make sure that you cover your work surface. Also notice that this is cardstock, right? So I had to cut the shape because otherwise I wouldn't know where to put my template because it's not see-through. If you're using Milo that's see-through, that's a different story. You can make a 6x6 and you can just position it and airbrush. But if you're using cardstock that you can't see through, it would be, if I have it 6x6, it would be very hard for me to determine, oh, where is the cookie? So this way I know exactly where I'm going to airbrush. That's why this is how it works with the cardstock. Okay, so now this is an edible marker, silver gray. Now, I know I say silver gray, but it's not metallic. I know there are metallic markers out there. Has anyone tried them? Please let me know in the comment section. Do you guys like them? Have you tried them? What do you think about them? I can't think of the name, the brand, but I know they're out there. I've seen them, but I have not tried them. It's on my list to get. So this is a marker, dual marker, rainbow dust. I use this frequently. They come in different colors. My favorite is the black, blue, brown. I have red, and also the silver one. Silver, it's like I said, it's not metallic. It's gray. This is very nice marker if you need to transfer or trace the outlines of your designs. So I'm just going to go ahead and go around like this. In this case, it's very important that your icing is fully dry. If it's not dry, you're gonna keep making poking holes in your icing with this fine tip marker. And for you, perhaps it won't be even visible on the screen, but there is a clear outline with a light gray marker, which is gonna be great because nobody will notice it. And also, I wanted to say huge thanks to all of you who purchased my fall transfer sheets in my coffee shop. Oops, I think this one, did I not? I can't see that. Okay, let's do this again. I'm gonna have to take my glasses off. I think I didn't go around here. All right, let's do this. Align it. Okay, I think I missed a spot here. All right, so can you guys see the outlines? Okay. Lori is talking about the metallic markers. You got some from at CookieCon, and they are fabulous. Can you remind us the brand? Is it? I have it on the tongue, but I can't. Yeah, she's amazing, but I can't think of the name. Korean? Is it Korean cookies that she created the markers? Okay, we do have an important question from Karen. I have a question for everyone. I cannot find black rainbow dust pen anywhere, and mine has finally run out. Anyone know where I can get it? Well, I usually get them on Amazon. I don't know if there is another place you can get them. I know rainbow dust. I believe it's a brand from UK. So here in Spain, they're fairly easy to get. I can get them in a store. But on Amazon, they have. Have you tried Amazon, Karen? Or are you trying to find them locally in a shop? Yes, Amazon. Oh, actually, someone has it. I know there are other markers that are also very fine. They have a very fine tip like this one, but I haven't used those. I found the one she's using on Amazon. Okay. All right, so now let's see if you guys can see the outlines. I'm going to try to work with the exposure here so you guys can see the outlines of me. Oh, can you see? It's very subtle, but that's what you want. You don't want this to be too harsh. If this was black, you would see it immediately, but it's can you see it? The mouth and the eyes. It's very, very subtle, but it's good for you to pipe. Oh, it's the Cookie Couture. Okay. Oh, you get both of them from Amazon. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so now I'm going to bring up the screen with the video that has airbrush design, but the same applies to this particular design, except you wouldn't have your mouth, the mouth would just stay white. Okay, so let me take this off the screen here. Camera dance. And I also have a challenge. I forgot. I have a challenge. 3 first people who can guess. Now, the next video that you'll see, it's slightly sped up because we would be, well, let's not reveal the answer, but we would be here a little longer, let's just say. So it's slightly sped up. I'm curious if you can guess how long it took me to decorate the cookie in real time that I will be sharing with you in a second. And first three people will get the free template for this tutorial. They will get the free template. That's this one, okay? And it's listed in my coffee shop. So let's bring up this screen, and I'm gonna be using different colors for this project. So let's start with the pink. And you can see how the airbrush pattern really helps, because I'm just using that to guide me when I'm piping. And you see the consistency of my icing. It's not super, like, it's very nice, it's fluid, but it's not spreading too much, so it's really easy to work with. And I highly recommend that you try different consistencies and see what works for you. So now I'm just going to switch. I'm using 4 different colors. So now we can do the mouth with yellow. Okay, Karen, first one. I will tell you the answer after we are done. But keep guessing, please. This is fun. I love this. So please keep guessing how long it's going to. It took me to decorate this cookie with the detail work. Like I said, this is slightly sped up. I think it's about. I can't remember how much I. What was the? Yeah, I can't remember how much I sped this up, but it was slightly sped up. Oh. We are, can you buy markers in the supermarket? Depends on where you are located. Let me pause for a second, because this is, do they have other cookie things too? Here in Sweden, we can only buy color gels and sprinkles. Now I know what to fill my travel bag with next time I go to Spain. Well, not in supermarkets. There are here in Spain. It's not in the United States. I think they are easily to be sourced out in not supermarkets, but like craft stores and things like places like that. Here there are several specialty stores that I try not to go there too often because they're so big, and I will always spend insane amount of money there. But yeah, you can get all the like Rainbow Dust line or like UK line there. Like it's just insane. So and there is one store that I particularly love in Valencia, which is an hour away. So not very local where I live. So I have to travel to go there. But like I said, if I go, I go and I get everything I need there. All right. So I'm just. This is fun. I see all your. I see some of you are very, very close. Some of you are very close. It's not 2 hours. That would be a very expensive cookie. Oh, somebody is very, very close. Very, very close. Yeah. Okay. Let's just say that we have few people that are very close. So I'll pick those that are fairly they're close. Let's just say, oh, another close one. Yeah, it did take me a while, but I was like, oh, I wish I worked faster. So even now, when you watch the video, it's I think it's pretty slow, but it was even slower. And you can see I'm switching the colors. I think you could, if you're using several colors, you could make a point of using that one color and finish all the design work with that one color instead of switching, because that will also cut into the time. So see, I maybe when I use the orange, I should have used the orange on the heart as well, and so on. So if you are working on something like this, maybe even do a plan on how you want to do your colors. Let's say you start with pink and you do everything that you want in pink in one sweep, and then you do all the other colors, or use just 2 colors. You don't have to use 4 colors, but I just like the color variety for these sugar skulls. Sandra, your royal icing depends on the ingredients. My icing is made with meringue powder, and it keeps well in the fridge for 4 weeks. However, having said that, if you get your icing out and let's say you open it and you kind of smell like fall smell, I would probably toss it. Sometimes, fermentation can occur. So, but I haven't had issues if I store it in the fridge. Even on the counter, I've stored my meringue-based royal icing for 4 weeks and it was fine. It's a different story if you're using fresh eggs that I wouldn't keep for that long. All right, so any more guesses? And I hope I'm seeing all the comments here. I have all the comments. They're populating here for me on the screen from Facebook and YouTube. So I hope I'm not missing anyone's comment and anyone's guess. But you guys, some of you are very, very close. And like I said, all these consistencies are about the same. So that's the idea. So you just mix the one consistency and then you divide it into individual bowls and you color it with your desired colors and then pack your piping bags. If you are, if you're not a fan of tipless piping bags, for this project, I would probably use piping tips number 1 because they will give you similar result. So the question, Sharon, is how long did it take me in real time to decorate this cookie? This version that you are seeing on the screen, it's slightly sped up. And the first 3 people that are the closest to the time, I will send them a free template that I used for this project, for this cupcake sugar skull cookie. So the question, yeah, you see in the comment section, people are posting different how many minutes, so you can guess how many minutes it took me. And if you are struggling with some of these designs, you can always practice on a piece of parchment. Sometimes, even for me, because I don't do a lot of detail work anymore, so I have some practice sheets on my blog, and you can print those out and do some practicing, maybe an hour, just dedicate an hour of your time and do some piping practice on using those sheets, and you will again regain that piping capability, I guess. Hello. Oh no, just the Sally. Sorry, just the detail work. That's all. Not the. Now you can post another. You can make another guess. It's okay. I meant, sorry, I wasn't clear. I meant just the part when I'm adding the pipe details onto the already iced and airbrushed cookie. Yeah, the total would be, yeah, it would be hours because the drying time, it takes so long to dry for the icing, right? And I'm also using, oh, this is the end. Okay. All right. So let's go over some of your. Okay. So I can tell you it was 10 minutes. Okay. It was 10 minutes. This was sped up to about 6 minutes, I think. So let's see who is the closest. So I think the closest was Linda. I guess 9 minutes, Linda, and then we have Kathy 15. So it's Kathy 15 and Lynn 15 and Linda 9. I think those are the 2. Those are the 3 that were the closest. Okay. So ladies, I will need your email. So if you could email me or send me a message on Instagram, and I will be sure to get you the template. Let me just, I guess I'm gonna have to write this down so I have your name, so I don't have to go over it. But it was 10 minutes, so I was thinking, yeah, if it takes 10 minutes, it's a pretty long time, right? If you think about it. So if you have to, you can obviously maybe simplify it. Use just, like I said, 2 colors. That will definitely cut the time, maybe even in half. So it was. We'll go over this later. All right. So as a reminder, again, the weekly the recap is available in the shop there, in the coffee shop. I'll put the link there again, just so you guys can grab it if you arrive a bit later. Let's see the comments. No worries, Sharon. I think I might do this again because I think it's really fun to kind of get the perspective how long it takes to make these cookies. Oh, Angie guessed 11. Did I miss it? Yeah, all I see 25, 30. I will have to go over it, but I don't want to. Yeah, I see. Where is Angie? Oh, 11. Okay, yes, agreed. Thank you, June. So I will. Yes, thank you, June. You're the best. All right, so you can find all the details in the PDF. I also wanted to share with you, if you haven't tried, I know I primarily use sugar cookies, classic vanilla, but this is a nice recipe to try with chocolate, the cocoa powder, and it's just something to try. If you want to try it, it's listed on my blog. It's a free recipe on the blog. And also, guys, we are headed for the last 3 months. Can you believe it? October, we have like 3 months left. So I wanted to do a quick recap. If you are new and maybe you missed something, so in June we did all these projects. You can watch the replay of these. I also have published some of these more concise tutorials on my blog and on YouTube. But otherwise, there is a longer version in the form of a live stream. This was a July. Remember the lemons? I love the lemons so much, and the panda cookies were also popular. Those two are also on the blog. Then August, I feel like the August was just here, which is for me, it's just like I don't know where the September went, but my favorite, I think, the peacocks and acorns. I love doing those. And then this is this month. We are still in September, but we only have 3 more days to left. We are officially in fall, and I'm looking forward to making more Halloween cookies for you guys. So next week, it's Halloween. I already have things planned. I think it might be something with spiders. I hope you're not scared of spiders. So that's on the agenda. So I hope I can make that happen. Oh yeah, gingerbread cookies. Which ones do you like, Karen? Is it the honey cookies or the more traditional gingerbread? I'm curious. Thank you, Linda. Yes, thank you. Yeah, send me the link via Instagram so I can get the template to you quickly. Yeah, I'm the same. I share your passion. Okay, Judy. Judy tried those perforated silicone baking sheets, but they made my cookies stick. Oh, how is that possible? May I ask, did you use them for cutout cookies or drop cookies? I'm just curious. I find that if I'm using, I use them primarily for the cutout cookies, not for the drop cookies. I will look at the brand that I have, but I don't know the name from top of my head. I don't know the name, so I will look at the brand. I'm sorry that happened. I know they are kind of pain to clean. I have to say they're wonderful, but once the cookie dough gets in those little in that grid, it's kind of pain to clean. So I usually just soak them in a baking sheet. I have like a ring baking sheet and I soak it in hot water with soap. Both. Now you lost me. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for being here. Yeah, steel pad they work, but I'm not. I have to say, I guess this is just a personal experience. I'm not huge on using them with cutout cookies. I feel like maybe it also depends on the brand. I might have to experiment again, but my cookies when using steel pad would always have feet. If you know what I mean, like the bottom of the cookie would be always like misshaped, but that the rest would be okay. It's almost like the heat wasn't getting to it quickly enough. So you use it for sugar cookies. Do you have a picture? Maybe try to send me a picture. I can kind of look at it or what happened. Otherwise, I use parchment instead of steel pad. But like I said, Michelle, if you are super happy with steel pad, thumbs up, fantastic. You don't have to use parchment. Yes, it does bake them very, very evenly. They're like it's fantastic, but they stuck. That's interesting. You like both. Fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. I scream my head off when I see one at home. Well, hopefully there will be no screaming involved next week when we make some spiders out of sugar. Delicious. I'm also not a fan of real spiders. I don't think I could live in Australia. That would imagine. Oh, just gives me creeps. All right, everyone. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week, our usual time. If you haven't already, if you are new to the live stream, you can, I forget this all the time, you can sign up for the newsletter. The link to the newsletter, again, it's you can get to the link through the PDF that's in the coffee shop. That's the live stream recap PDF. It's free, and the link to the newsletter is there. I'm talking about the newsletter because I sent a reminder about the lives, and I'm trying to send weekly what you missed newsletter, kind of like a summary of what happened during the week, and also things that you might be looking for upcoming season, and tutorials that you guys liked in previous years. Oh, Judy, yeah. So it didn't work for you. Yeah, well, if you like your silpa, then yeah, stick with what works. I believe the perforated mats initially they are made for bread making, but I don't know who tried them with cookies, and then it just took off. And so I also use them for cookies mainly because they keep their shape. That's the main reason why I like using them. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you in October.